Hello, gardening friends. This is Travis from Louisville, Zone 5. This is going to be a rather lengthy video, so please grab a cup of tea or beverage of choice and come walk with me on a May garden tour. This is going to be part 1 of our May garden tour. New bloom for you. Catmint. Walker's Low. Catmint, not cat, but whatever. Okay. New bloom. Blue weeping blue spruce seems to be liking its new location. Starting to fill out. I like it here a lot better too. Knockout roses, wow, have they got big. Best bang for your buck. If you want something that grows fast and gives you tons of bloom all season long, is the knockout rose. This one here is going to probably have to come out because my spireas, that lime green bush, another bang for your buck. I love that bright green color. Also, the cats love the catmint, obviously. There's that ajuga there that's still blooming. So yeah, that big guy will have to come out of there. Coral bells. I've been to the Myers Garden Center today, and I just bought a few vegetables. I actually got there too late because it was slim pickings. But it'll get better. But they also have the coral bells, the blue Victoria salvia that I put here in the front, and the red-orange French marigolds that I put here in the front. But I'm gonna wait another week or so to get them. I guess you can always count on my garden buddy here. Russian sage. A ring of Russian sage here in our circle garden. And then in the center, of course, is the Mexican sunflower. So that'll give me that tall orange in the center, and then the circle of blue. Great combination colors there. If you're new to my channel, you'll know that we've transplanted a lot of stuff this year. Such as this silvery green lamb's ear that we're doing repeating through the border here, along with the coral bells that I showed you. So it should be a border of the silver and burgundy. I love burgundy in the garden. Speaking of burgundy, these gorgeous barberries. A lot of people don't like them. They've got lots of thorns, but they are beautiful. Especially next to the spirea. Let's walk over to the front garden bed. Dogwood tree was pink. It's finished, which is going to give me lots of shade over here. Here we have some sedum, ajuga, that blue Victoria salvia that I was talking about. Sometimes you can get it to come back, sometimes it just won't. What is this? Potentilla. My only potentilla shrub that looks decent. What happened to these? I don't know. That one's got a little bit of green on it. Annabelle hydrangea back there. And I just planted the hardy hibiscus I grew from seed in here. I think this one's either pink or burgundy color. And the red, I think this one's called St. Valentine Daylily. But it's not blooming yet, so I'll keep swimming. Ground cover. Forget what this is called. I should know it. But it looks really good in containers. This was a old cheap fountain that my mom had from Lowe's years ago. It quit working, and I said, well, I'll take it and plant something in it. So there it is. Here's our hydrangea we moved from the back. And the woodgelia. Wine and roses. Moved it here to get more sun. Try not to be too shaky and make you guys nauseous. Knockout rose. Just beginning to bloom. More catnip. So in the front landscape, hang on just a second. In the front landscape here, I like to repeat a lot. But in the back garden beds, it's wild and crazy. Walk the inside. Coming up to the house. Alright, Vanessa, if you're watching this, we were talking about the limelight hydrangeas last summer for your house. This is how big they get, but they will be full of those bright white pear-shaped blooms. They won't start blooming till mid-June, I think, even beginning of July. Really good bang for your buck though, if you want a fast growing shrub and something pretty. I know I need to move this red rose, but I just can't do it. I know it's taken over here, but it's so pretty. and it'll be full of crimson red blooms. In here I've planted an annual. It's there it is right here. Vanadium, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, it's a annual sunflower, miniature like sunflower, but it'll be orange, which is what I like. I like pops of blue and pops of orange and burgundy. Remember I said this guy was dead, and I think a lot of it is, which is a disappointment. But if you see here, there's some new growth coming back, so hopefully I haven't lost it yet. You guys, the helicopter seeds off the maple trees have been falling everywhere, and this is what happens if you don't get them the first time they come up. These are coming up easy because they're in mulch, but they're very hard if you let them go. So they finally cut the grass over here. Looks so much better. But what a beautiful day we have had today. It's actually Derby Day, or was supposed to be Derby Day here in Louisville. But thanks to the coronavirus, that's not happening. I just wanted to thank the Lord for giving us a beautiful day to work in our gardens and get them ready for the season. We've talked about all this down through here before in the last video. David Austin roses, Russian sage, hydrangea. This is what I really wanted to show you guys. The white clematis. Tons of blooms this year. So pretty. So yeah, I've been up all day, been out in the yard all day. Went to the grocery this morning, and then went back to Myers and picked up some dirt and some vegetables. Like I said, they really didn't have much out or left. So I've been working in the yard all day, moving this, moving that, and planting stuff. Here is the potager garden. Cilantro. There's our oregano and rosemary. I planted the mullein here that we grew from seed. And dill is coming up here. Sage is in bloom. There we go. I adjusted the light on here. Very pretty vivid blue. Sage herb. A lot of people don't let it go to flower, but I don't really use it for cooking. I just like the foliage and the flower. In the center here, and I've not got my trellis yet, but I'll have a TP trellis in the center as a focal point. But we've got a cucumber that I planted today. This was one of the last few that they had. But the good thing is they've put like 6 seeds in the tray, or one pot. So for just under $4, I've got like 6 cucumber plants. And these were the ones I grew from seed. I'm sorry the cat's moving my phone. Cucumbers will be growing on the trellis. Green beans are coming up here on this arbor. This arbor that I'm using as a trellis. I've never had much luck with green beans, especially the pole ones. Oh well. Chives are coming up slowly but surely. See these? That's what I'm talking about. They are everywhere. And then I did get the last 2 celebrity tomatoes. I need to get cages for them. And then I also planted some leftover pumpkin seeds that I had down through there. So this is not my only vegetable area. Sorry, you guys are getting a good look at the garage. But this is a potager garden. So it's not supposed to just have vegetables and herbs, it's supposed to have flowers too. Also have chives in this planter. Forgot to plant these. Okay, so in here are the butterfly weed that I've hardened off or whatever. I grew these from seed under the grow lights this year. I think I'm going to get ready to plant these out in the flower bed. Hopefully it doesn't get too noisy. Alright guys, like I said, the backyard flower gardens are more wild and cottagey and rustic, which is what I really like. Many different things in this garden bed. Ajuga still giving me that purple. Lily. Got lilies in here. I just planted another clematis. A piece of Siberian iris. Forget what that is. I think it's phlox. Veronica. Speedwell, I think it's also called. Hollyhocks. I won't spend too much time on this one because nothing's really in bloom, but I do want to show you the foxglove. Seeded itself there. So last year I bought one and put it in this flower bed, and of course they're biennial. So that one is going to bloom for us this year, I believe, but it won't the following year. But it'll self-seed, like I said. Here the lilies are getting big and they've taken over, just like the loosestrife. So like I said, I've been very busy today with everything. Transplanting. I dug up some lilies here, moved them over here because I didn't want just lilies in this area. I like a mix of flowers. Let's walk around this way and check out the irises. Here's the blue bottle path. Thank you, Lark, for the idea. Like I said before, or earlier this week, this is the best the irises have done for me. I've got tons of blooms this year. Got purple. And yes, they have or had aphids on them, but it doesn't seem to be hurting them. So, we'll see. Purple, so pretty. Bearded iris. These were my grandma's. She dug up and gave to me, or shared with me. She still has lots. Yellow, white. I think this one's going to be a mix of both. So the purple and the white must have had a baby. Super thrilled with them this year. Burgundy. Pretty. Let's see, what else have we got going on in this garden bed? I don't know if I told you guys before, but this tree will be coming out this year, eventually. My grandpa is going to come cut that guy down. Just gives me too much shade here. Garden art. These are just marble eggs, Easter decoration, but I like them in the garden for art. Just as a little surprise. Baptisia, which will be blue, flowers on it. Planted some shorter sunflowers in here. I think we've got some phlox there. And phlox throughout. Miscanthus. I think this one's called Dixieland, maybe. Variegated. I like finding old bird cages and different things at the thrift store. They're perfect to put over seedlings and new plants, just to keep them protected from the dogs that run in and out of the garden bed. back on the front side. Dianthus there. This is another lamb's ear called Big Ears. I don't think it flowers like the other one does. And it's not as silvery. So I don't think I'm going to get any more of this. I like it, but I like the silver. I told you guys last video that we had the creeping buttercup in here, or ranunculus. Boy, did it take over everything in here. So that was another thing I transplanted. Black-eyed Susans, lilies, phlox. Either the cats or the dogs have been in here and they've broke down the bleeding heart. Oh well. Ajuga. Okay, a new bloom over here is the Coreopsis. Next to the, which will be purple in the fall, aster. So this Coreopsis will still be blooming in the fall, and that will be purple. So, combination colors, contrast. Columbine, purple columbine. Oh, the purple alliums, Globemaster. They're not fully out in bloom yet. They're so pretty. In the onion family, Allium Globemaster. So like I said, this year I'm going to be doing a garden tour, if not every week, every other week, because the garden is always changing and evolving. So probably next week the alliums will be in full bloom, and I've got them planted in a circle here. So happy with this blue spruce. See how it's filling out. Nice little limb there. It's got its new growth on it. Happy, happy, happy. A stilby. Siberian irises. Not in bloom yet, but they're coming, as you can see. Got lots of blooms. Our neighbor Chris gave these to us. I keep forgetting this blue flower, the name of it. More Siberian irises. We got a rose in here. This rose was transplanted a couple weeks ago. Hopefully it perks back up. Another rose back there. So like I said in the last video, this will be cleaned out good, and I'll be putting my lupins in here. Alright guys, I'm going to end the part 1 of our May garden tour here. And I will see you guys in part 2. Thanks for watching. And happy gardening. And happy May. It's finally here.